Clash of Clans podcast, episode 100. And welcome back to the Clash of Clans podcast. I am here with co-host extraordinaire Lethal Weapon, a.k.a.
Oh, thank you.
Murtaugh,
Thank you.
a.k.a. Riggs, and who's also, I can actually hear you playing your game in the background. Are you playing with the sound on?
I don't know. Nope, sound's muted. I think you're hearing voices.
Am I really? I could have sworn to God I was hearing the bubbles popping.
I muted it.
Oh, just now. Did you just now do it?
I might have.
Okay.
I'm not gonna confirm.
Okay.
Nor deny.
Well, thank God. I thought I was seriously going nuts. I really did. So it's been a while since we've recorded, and I guess we've got a lot to talk about. So the last time we recorded was right before the update. There was sneak peeks, and update day came, and now we are. We've just been kind of seeing how things are going. So what has been going on, Lethal? Post update. Where do we want to start?
Well, last time I was on, I was a co-leader of House of L.
Oh yeah,
that's changed just a little bit.
And now leader.
Yes, holding down the leader position, taking the stress for a little bit, so you can quit getting gray hairs.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, because I've been really busy at work too, and so it was really nice to just go hang out in L2. And I'm going to shout out L2 in the beginning of the podcast this time because a lot of times it's at the very end, so I think sometimes it might get missed. But I was over in L2 for probably I don't even know how many wars in the last couple weeks, 5 or 6 maybe. And they're a really cool clan. What's different about them, and this is why I had like a bunch of fun over there, is that they've got a couple 11s, a couple 10s, 9s, and a few 8s, like 5 to, so there's this whole like stratified kind of thing, and they're growing, and they're looking for members too, because it's not filled up, but they're looking for people who are serious war people who want to win wars. I'm going to say it that way. Who want to win wars, who are going to show up, get their attacks in within the first few hours of war. I mean, that's if you are like an 8 or a 9, and they're looking for generally, and I'll be generally, they're looking for people who are who have hogs. If you're a TH8, you have hogs maxed out for TH8 or close. You're working on your heroes. Your base isn't rushed as much as possible, but it is kind of a, if you go over there, you want to see if you can if you like warring with them, you could try out or not try out, just you can request and they'll probably let you war with them. I mean, I'm thinking I think about with L2, with the way that it's made up, that it's really kind of made for people who are, I don't want to say newer to the game, but if you've got a TH8 or a TH9, and they're not max TH9s by any means, they're a regular clan. So,
well, and they're wanting people that are wanting to learn 3-star strategies. They don't want people, that are coming in dragons at Town Hall 8 and stuff like that,
Well, yeah, and they're looking.
I think there's plenty of those people.
Yeah, well, and there's people who just want to do that, and and they're looking for people who are going to be active and part of that are in the chat working on the war attacks, like talking out their attacks and strategizing. And so Reloaded's
the same way. Reloaded, now they're full on members, but
that's what I was thinking.
My mini stays in Reloaded quite a lot, and I popped on the other day just to see where the war was, and there was a new member that was in there, and I was reading what he was saying in chat, and he was telling one of the other members that, at Town Hall 9, hogs are just futile. And he's like, you've got to be crazy to go with hogs. You need to go white just to make sure you get the 2 stars. And,
oh my God.
And I was just like, hold on. Like, I muted the television. I was like, stop everything. I was like, so when did you get here? And what's going on? And whenever, as soon as they saw that I was on, everybody was like, oh, here it comes. And I was just like, look, man. And then we ended up talking. And I was like, if you will let me sit down with you and plan an attack, I was like, I promise you in 2 or 3 wars, you will completely change your mind. So he said he is. So we'll see what happens. I don't know, but I'm gonna try to save him.
Come back. It's like, yeah. And you see people who are new or who haven't like listened to the podcast or been in like the other clans or they're a friend, and you can tell the people who are serious and they don't last or not serious. And it's not like you have to spend hours and hours on attacks, especially in with the way the matchups are. I mean, with the number of TH8s and 9s, you kind of know where your target's going to be. And they're not, like I said, they're not maxed bases usually. So if you're looking for a good clan, that's what I'm going to say. If you're looking for a good clan, you look into war, and you want to get more involved in your clan, L2, House of L2, the number 2. So check them out. And so I'll probably be warring over there again. It's so much fun. Like I love L, and it's our wars.
You feel like you can just play again. Yeah, you feel like you can just you don't have the you don't have like it's like when I log on, it's like before I even think about starting a boost session, I've got to go through 100 group me's, and I've got to go through Twitter, and I've got to like see I got all these issues to handle, and it's like an hour and a half of my free time is gone before I even get to boost. So I imagine that's what. You just get to log on. And you're like, all right, let's do this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everything's going smooth and stuff. It's just it's nice in the war aspect. If I'm over in L2, for example, to know like, okay, I'm one of 2 11s, so I know that I'm going to be within numbers 1 through 6, and then I can sit back. And the matchups have been good. Have you noticed this from the update? Or we got weird in L. In L, it was weird.
Yeah, we just got straight funky over in L because our norm is just being completely outmatched. We've been fighting through that for years, and it seems like we got like 10 wars in a row where it was that normal. We'd match, and we were just like, "Holy cow!" But it was in our favor.
Yeah, what other people describe as a regular matchup.
Yeah. So it was great. We actually had an 18 win streak going into our last arranged war, which didn't go too well. We got war whales, and if people don't know who they are, they're pretty much the top of the fair play game right now. They're what One Hive used to be years ago, and they're tough. They have kind of a shock and awe where they clear the 9s within like 4 hours, and it was pretty interesting to watch. But I got a feeling this war we're going to get back on track, get that streak back up.
Well, so they had their range war this weekend, and then we got matched up. I went back over to make numbers, which is another thing we should talk about from the update. The change in the number of war, and what that means. But then we get matched up, and this happened the last time there was an arranged matchup where we got matched with One Hive.
Yep.
And now what was the clan's name again?
War First.
War First.
War First. Yep. Well, that they call Sunday unofficial matchup day. Because just about anybody that does arranged wars, they do them Friday evening. So what happens is, and especially now that they've gotten rid of a couple of the so-called weight classes for how many members you have in a war, now that they've gotten rid of some of those, it's even worse because you have these people that are coming out of their arranged wars. most war clans are about the same weighted. They've got so many 11s at the top, so many 10s, and then more 9s. So they're all hitting the button again after the arranged war. So there's so many good matchups on Sunday evening. It seems like almost everybody gets another good clan after the arranged war.
Right.
And that's what happened with us. We got War First, which is a fair play, pretty well-known clan. We started talking back and forth to them. Great group of guys. They ended up pulling it out by 1 star. They really we had them going into the last few hours.
No, it was tied.
We had the 9s cleared.
It was tied.
Oh, no. Oh, that's right. They actually won on percentage. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
Yes. They made a strong push at the end. They 3-starred several of the 10s at the end to clinch up the percentage.
It was a heartbreaker too, because we were there, and it was at the end where we knew that we should have it, right? And that it was probably going to be down to just a couple triples. And I don't know,
Yep.
We talked about this afterwards, but I still think that it was, we weren't complacent, but we just didn't, honestly, you know what it is? We didn't give ourselves enough time as well. Because in the last 20 minutes,
that's all that's all I've been talking about all day was how bad our time management was that war, because we had several attacks left, and
this surprised me.
Because we had we had such a comfortable lead. But what they had done is they had some of our top bases that were scouted, because they had some 8s. It matched up pretty even, but what had happened was they were heavier up top. I think they had 8 11s to our 5 or 6. And then down bottom, our 9s were a little stronger than theirs, and they had, I think, 4 8s. And we had 9s all the way down to the bottom. So total weights evened out, but they had the advantage up top, which, I mean, if you have your choice, that's where you want it. You want your advantages in the 11s. But they used those 8s right out the gate to go and scout the top bases, pull the CCs, expose as many traps as they could. And then they left those bases the entire war. I mean, they did not touch them until probably the last hour and a half of war. Oh. So we were looking at these bases like, okay, so even if they do triple a few of them, we're still going to pick up more stars. And we had attacks left, so we were kind of foolish, me being included, instead of, making sure to work bottom up to get the easier stars. Like me, myself, I went ahead and hit a 10 and got a triple, and then I hit another 10 attempting another one when there was a lower base that should have been cleaned up. And we were so frantic at the end, we just couldn't get that lower base cleared up. It was a lower 10, and we just couldn't get it cleaned up.
Well, and here's the thing: in a normal war, that would be normal. We had so many attacks left, and they were higher attacks. So we knew I had planned for 13. That one wasn't taken. We were able to call bases still, and we just figured that whoever hit the bottom one would get it. Or you could really bet on it, or that one of us would have gotten a triple. But what happened in that last, I think it was 45 minutes, and I didn't realize this until I was about to attack, because I was waiting. I thought, you know what, if somebody doesn't get it, I'll go in. If I have to gem something, I can. But if somebody gets it, then I can hit 13, I think it was, just like I planned. And
to hopefully add another star.
And I didn't realize, we got down to the last minutes and we had these higher attacks left, and it didn't occur to me that we didn't have enough time on the clock to fit all of our attacks in on that last base, or to get
So what we had to do is you had to go in on it, and we had to tell people, if you're not going to get it, you've got to back out so the next person can go in. And it was just this frantic. I mean, we were all on TeamSpeak, okay, no, you're not going to get it, back out. And it was such a clusterfuck. Oh my God.
And it's not like we weren't around, I got home and I was like, okay, I'm going to check and see where I need to go. I started looking around. I got on TeamSpeak, and I said, hey, what do we need right now? And it looked at that time, and this was like 2 hours or 2.5 hours left of war. And then we were planning, like I got off, I called a base, I was planning for it. And then we were on TeamSpeak through the last part of the war. It's not like we weren't paying attention or that we weren't. It was like it snuck up on us in this weird way. Like I don't know. It blew my mind because
it did. Yeah. So from now on, we're going to, if there's a lower base like that left, an available star, we're going to make sure that one gets done before we start planning higher. Yeah. Just bottom line. So, but we've all been talking, and we've all realized that, got to get the 9s cleared earlier. Got to give the top more time to plan. So
it's the constant battle. It's the constant battle.
I think we're gonna maybe. We were talking about maybe pushing the war start time back. I know I was talking to Dirk before we started recording, and he was like, he's like, what happens is, a lot of people say, oh, well, you've got 24 hours to do a war attack. Shouldn't be an issue. But he's like, I don't. The 10s and 11s, they do have 24 hours. He's like, I have 8 hours. So, for instance, tonight our war starts at 11 p.m. He's got to be to work at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he can't wait to get his attacks in lunchtime tomorrow. War's going to be halfway over. So he has to stay up tonight and get them in. So we were talking about maybe if we could keep the start time around 5 or 6. So what it would be is it would be that night. You had all night for the 9s to get your attacks in. That way the next morning, we're about a third into war, and whatever few 9s we have left, they can go in and finish up. And then we know when to go. Because I think these late start times, I think they are kind of making it harder, especially for people on the East Coast.
Well, yeah, I could see that. Okay. I don't know what happened was we had the buttons synced, and we were pretty close, and in the wartime it got really late, and we reset to like 6 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really early, and honestly, we were having problems, I think. And remember we talked about going a little bit later.
Yeah.
But what has happened is the war matchup time, the timer's been running longer with the matches.
Yeah, I mean, this last match, it took almost 2 hours for us to match. So that hurt us too.
So if that's the case, really what we might have to do, maybe the thing isn't, maybe it's resetting every week again. I mean, if it's, because I don't know if we're going to be able to control it if it's stuck.
I mean, if it comes down to us losing wars because of it, I mean, then it's something that has to be done. And like you said, with us syncing with L2 and Reloaded, that's something now that we've got to do because of them removing the 35 and 45. Because it seems like every time I go to start a war, we have 35 people. So it's like you either have to sit 5. And you scroll through the list, every single person wants to be in war. And I feel like you used to. I would rather sit myself out than purposely sit somebody else out.
Yeah.
So we've been not the player, just somebody else. So we've been trying to sync the wars between the other clans. That way, each clan we can move people around, and that seems to be helping so far. But they really should not have gotten rid of 35. They could have gotten rid of 45 and maybe even 30. I think I would have rather had them get rid of 30 over 35. That really hurts.
So for people in the future listening to this, you used to be able to war with 5 every, like 35, 30, 35, 45. And then it was just a matter of 2 or 3 people. And now you're like, if you had to sit people, opt people in, opt people out, and now it's a matter of 7. If you're at the 30 to 40, I think, wasn't it last night before the button push? It was, it was
34. So we had to either sit 4 or bring in 6. And I mean, we can bring in minis and stuff like that, but
But then
you really don't want to opt people in that are opted out, because then if they don't attack, well, you really can't do. I mean, they were opted out. You can't really get mad at them. So it makes starting the war makes it a lot more difficult getting rid of that 35.
Well, and then what do you think it's going to have on the clans, like the clan size, how wars are going to be? I mean, across the game. That's what I'm wondering. If you've got
how it's going to affect what?
Yeah, how clans organize, or if 35 was a pretty common number in war.
I think that was the most popular. I don't know why they got rid of the most popular one. I know for us it was the most popular.
So you might have a ton of clans out there that are really sitting 5 people out. Do you think clans will just you have more clans with lower numbers? Maybe not.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems like it would have a little bit more significant of a change. Why do you think they did that anyways?
Well, they said they wanted to help the searches get easier. So, of course, by increasing the number of people in each area, it's gonna give you more people to match with. If you've got clans that are spread out over 5 different numbers to match at, it spreads them out. So by eliminating some of those, you're forced into a different bracket, so it's going to increase the pool. But since they've done the update, I mean, it seems like matches have gotten harder, not easier. And I know right after the update, it was just crazy matches. I mean, I saw clans getting matched up where they had like 6 11s and the other side had like 18, and they weren't rushed. I mean, they were solid 11. So I don't know. They definitely got some tweaking to do.
Well, what size was that? Was that like a 30?
Like 30s and 40s. Yeah.
So you have a bigger pool, but you also have a more narrow pool. So you have the people who are bringing in their minis to make the numbers, and you have the people who are over that. So maybe,
well, yeah. And they're still matching you anyway. They're still matching you up anyway.
Do you think it'll? I don't know. I
don't think the.
Oh, sorry. Go for it.
I don't think the win streak affects anything. Like, I know when we were sitting at like 16 and 17 and 18, we were still getting matched up with clans that had 0 wins. So if the win streak does, if it is a checkbox in the matching system, it must be the very bottom one, because it seems to have no effect.
Do you think eventually, because I'm starting to wonder if eventually the way that it all goes, clans that usually run at the same numbers, usually that has the war log over maybe like 2 months or 3 months, they start to get matched with the better and better clans that meet that same.
Well, I mean, I think
criteria.
that's where they're wanting to head. I think that's where Clash is wanting to get there. So I think this is all just means to them tweaking it to get to that point.
But then wouldn't it, at that point, it would be like the arranged wars in a sense, because you'd be up against the best in your bracket.
Yeah. So it would definitely be easier to match. That's for sure.
Be nice if like Supercell seeded it for the week. It's like the first war of the week, you got an easier one in your bracket. The second one, and then the third one was the bigger, the more difficult matchup. That'd be kind of
I just wish they would match all the mod clans against themselves, and then match up all the farm clans against themselves. They need to have give you in your clan profile, you can select one. Like, how it asks war frequency, rarely, most time, or frequent, or never. You should have 3: farm clan, mod clan, or war clan. That way you could switch.
Well,
that'd be nice.
Wouldn't the score even start to like factor in? So if you've got a farm clan and they lose, but 180 to 13. With that, if the algorithm was going that way, it would be the farm clans would eventually go,
And then, and it would be the same with mod clans. If they're winning every war by 8 or 10 stars, it'd be nice if it started matching them up, and then essentially you would get that over time. You would get the farm clans matching each other, and vice versa.
Yeah.
See, Supercell, see, we're figuring it out right here. It's not that hard.
Well, I almost wondered, I honestly thought maybe that is their intention, if every week you're facing a really good clan that's maybe is fair play or part of the community, or you're randomly matching these type of people, then you'd start to go, okay, yeah, things are the game, like the competitive nature of the war kind of becomes more community, I think. I don't know. I think Supercell might be trying to fix the way war was going a little bit, in my crazy thinking.
I think it's best not to try to think about what Supercell's thinking.
Yeah,
I think that's a rabbit hole. That's a rabbit hole you'll get sucked into.
Speaking of which, the bowler. New troop.
Well, you asked earlier how the state of the game after the update. I think it's actually looking pretty good. I really think it's up. We can see the horizon now. A couple of things have helped. Like one, you've got the new troops they've added, and they've really brought a ton of balance to some of the town halls.
Run it down. What do we get? We got.
Okay, so right now we got the max Valks, the level 5, which they nerfed the lower levels, but the 5 seems to still be good. And we've got the new troop to play around with. From what I've seen, like nobody has been using the bowlers like at all. Yeah. But it seems like I'm starting to see a little more influx. I know Clash with Ash, I know he's been doing his bowler walk videos, and he's actually gotten me play with them. I've been running nothing but that bowler walk comp ever since I watched the video.
What is it?
And I really think there's some ground there.
I want to know about this troop because honestly, I've been super busy. It came out. My barrack got done. It took 2 weeks, and then it's a level 1. So I just how sucky level 1 troops are. And so I was waiting on Velk, so mine just went to level 2. It's on its way. I know very little about this troop, the bowler.
Well, I just got both my dark barracks done. 27 days I went on one dark barrack. That was awful, but I just got it done, and my bowler just got done going to level 2. So that's kind of, I was waiting for both of those things to happen before I started playing around with it. Especially because I need to burn dark. So when I saw his comp, which what he was running was 4 healers, 6 bowlers, and 17 Valks. And I was like, yes, that's perfect. I can burn a shit ton of dark and play around with the new comp. So what he was doing is you would pick a base, and he was picking some pretty strong 10s. Now he's an 11, but he was kind of doing this more for a Town Hall 10 strategy. And I've been able to make it work without the Warden. So I think it's definitely viable at Town Hall 10. But what he would do
I did see this,
is he would drop his 6 bowlers all together and then immediately drop the 4 healers on them. And he would kind of just look and make sure they can handle point defense. That's fine. You just really got to be careful with expos. But their range is so far.
Yeah, it's like
it's just amazing.
It's like 2 buildings.
Yeah, I mean, they reach past the queen. I mean, you can have a wall, a gap, and 2 buildings, and they can drop both those buildings. The only thing that I really think that needs to be tweaked on them is you have a lot of missed second hits. So if they're at a weird angle to where their first initial hit will hit one building, a lot of times the second one will hit nothing. And I kind of don't like how, let's say you've got 2 buildings and like you've got a barrack and then an expo. So the expo weighs a lot more than the barrack. It's got a lot more HP. So whenever the barrack goes down, they won't continue to throw to drop the expo. They'll move towards their next target. I think if they maybe tweaked that.
So it's just kind of like their aggro range is short, but the side effects are longer.
Exactly.
It's like the queen targeting halfway onto where she shoots. Like she could shoot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Instead of her full range, yeah, it's only like the queen would only shoot 4 tiles ahead of her. But what they do when you get that walk going, I mean, they will clear out a lot of the base, and they're just tanky enough to where those healers really keep them going. And he'll even burn a rage on them, mainly just to when they're raged.
Yeah,
I saw them drop a gold storage with one throw. I mean, now there were 6 of them, but still they move through pretty quick. And then of course you get the same effect when you rage the healers. So you would let them walk down, clear out one side of the base, then you would drop your queen with the bowlers. And what would happen is, as she starts to take damage, the bowlers are at full health. So then the healers will now switch from her to the queen. Now you've got a queen walk going, but you've just started, but you've already got this whole side of the base cleared out. So then what he would do is he would let the queen walk develop for a little bit. He would sacrifice 3 or 4 Valks further around the base just to cut a funnel in the trash, and then just double jump through the core with a rage and a heal. I'm not sure if he used the heal, but I know I am. And like I said, I've been playing around with it since yesterday, and I did 3A a max Town Hall 10 base in the wild with it. It was a good setup too. So there's a lot of potential.
You have level 2, you said? Boulder?
Yeah, they just finished. Yep. I'm almost completely max. My lab is done. I have 68 more magmas, and I'm almost completely max Town Hall 10. So,
jeez,
getting there.
Holy shit!
Gonna stay here for a while.
Are you
going to 11?
You are
for a while. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy it because it's really fun right now. I've sat on this podcast 6 months ago, and I said, I could really see the funnest point in this game being if they got Town Hall 10 balanced to the point of where Town Hall 9 was a year ago. And it's not there yet, but it is really close. Whenever we're in war and we pull up, I can sit down for probably 30 minutes, plan an attack, and 3 one of the lower 10s. Now I'm not talking an anti-3 and an arranged, but that is huge compared to what it used to be. I mean, it used to be I'm sitting here like taking heart medication for 4 hours looking at one base, and and then your one wall breaker goes weird and the whole raid's done. I mean, if people listen to the podcast, I was really going through a hard point, and it's changed. It's like the game is fun again. So basically, it got the balance that it so badly needed. And it's and on another note, there are rumors going around that it may look like finally Supercell is going to do something about modding. I know we have a few people that are a little more in the know than we are, and those are the rumors that I've heard going around. And then Galadon tweeted that there is some fairly good news coming to Clash of Clans soon, and he enunciated the fairly. He put a dash, so where he was trying to put the emphasis on the word fair.
Yeah.
So from what I hear, they're actually talking about getting serious with modding, and we've been talking about this on TeamSpeak. I can't even begin to imagine if they got rid of modding in this game, it would be so different.
Well, Dirty Pirate said he was out in the wild, and he said, and I hope it, it's all right to say, but he was like, I think it's more prevalent than we think, guys. He was like, because he would stop by a random clan and they would ask him, or they would mention something about modding, and so after hearing him say that, and if that did change, it could have a bigger ripple effect than I would have imagined.
Exactly. And personally, I think it would be the greatest thing ever to be able just to be in a war and see, or not even in the war, just see a ridiculously amazing attack, and to know that guy did it. You know, like so many. That's the first thing everybody thinks nowadays when they see just a gorgeous 3-star. It's like, oh well, obviously he's modding, and it's awful. It takes away credit from the people that deserve it, and it gives it to people that don't.
Well,
I
on that same note, I was over in L2 and we were in a war, and I think we lost by, it was honestly, I think I lost the war for them, if I remember right. It just happens wherever I go. But they put in their clan description. They say modders never win. That's 2 in a row, Supercell. Modders never win. And they were saying L2 was modding.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man. Wow.
I was like, and I think it's probably because everybody wasn't using Go wipes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They saw 3-star strats and just immediately went to modding. What's going to be funny is whenever Supercell does crack down on modding, they're going to get their clan wiped because they used the word modding in their description.
Oh my god!
Yeah, you have used illegal keywords in your clan description.
Oh man, could you imagine?
Oh my
that'd
god,
be crazy.
Real quick, I was at my sister's friend's house. We were helping her move some furniture, and her husband was big into gaming. And we got to talking, and Clash of Clans came up, and he's like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "I used to be really big into that game. It was pretty cool. Oh man, did you ever get the cheat for that game? It's awesome." He's like, "It's called like Xmod, and you could practice on people's bases." He's like, "Oh, it was so great." He's like, "I could practice on their base, and then when a war came, I could just go in there and smash him." And I'm just like looking at him, like he just told me he just like fucked my girlfriend or something, I'm just like, you son of a bitch. And I'm just
and he
like,
didn't
no,
even know
man,
it.
No, he had no idea.
It's like,
and I'm like, nah.
I could just see that scene in the movie where he's like, "Oh yeah, I banged her," like talking like about your sister or something like that, and he doesn't know, and you're like,
he didn't know who she was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here like, but no, it is. It's I know a lot of people that as soon as I've had another friend of mine that hit me up on Facebook and was like, "Hey man, how do you get the cheat for that game you play all the time?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't fucking know. He's like, he's like, you don't do it? I'm like, no. He's like, oh, I saw how far you are into the game. I thought for sure you did it. I was like, nope. So yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely out there more than we think.
Yeah. I hope so. It just pollutes the game. It really is frustrating to me. I do want to go back to the question of balance in the game, and I do think we should see how Riggs is doing too on that. But for me, I kind of had a crazy thought, right? That at Town Hall 11, I've got 30, 31 here, like 30 Queen, 31 King. It's going to take me a long time to get to 40-40. It is. I mean, because I can't farm unless I got on this crazy farming streak, just like constantly. But it seems daunting to me. But look at what Supercell has done now. They've given us level 3 witches. They've given us Velks level 5. They've given us hogs. So what they've done is they've made troops stronger, and they've made heroes stay the exact same. And they've added levels to all the troops. And I think what it's doing a little bit is evening the playing field in a sense that you can get the troop and you have the stronger troops, so that the heroes are not so critical. I mean, they are still critical, right? But it's not that if I don't have max troops, it's not like there's just no way. I think it's a side
Supercell,
effect.
I don't think Supercell ever meant to make the heroes as strong as they were. I think if they could go back and do it again, I think that they would lower it. I think they would let you get like level 20 or 25 for Town Hall 9, level 30 for 10, and then level 40 for 11. I think they kind of just added more than they really intended to.
Yeah.
But
you see what I mean? That it like, I kind of think in order to correct that, what they're doing is just making the troops stronger. They can't take away from.
They need to be careful with they're so quick to nerf something nowadays. And, people always question, will the Valks get nerfed? And if they do, I'm going to write a letter to Apple and Supercell
Strongly
and
worded
tell them
letter.
And say, look, this is gym baiting. It's exactly what this is. You put out this hot new troop that everybody wants, so they gym it up to get it, and then you nerf it to balance it out. That's not right. They need to give, the witches, they absolutely killed them. And because they did like 2 or 3 nerfs all in one. They upped the Inferno speed on retargeting. Skellies don't pop traps, and the hit points on the Skellies went down. They should not have done all 3 of those. They should have done 1, tried it out, see what happens. And with the Valks, if they think they're too strong, first of all, you got to give things time. Let bases catch up. I mean, I'm sure that there's ways to help, build a base that will defend Valks.
Yeah, because they took away the 30 seconds, and then they took away the 30 seconds, and then here's in a stroke of genius, and this kind of goes with what I was saying. I thought Supercell, right after it came out, you could have 3 healers for a Queen Walk.
Yes.
And I thought, you know what? They took away the timer, that 30 seconds, but they just gave us 14 troop space extra.
Exactly.
that could do it. And then within a day they changed it. And I was like, okay, maybe it was overpowering or what they thought. I don't know why they would introduce it and then only leave it for a day, or not even a.
Well, they said it. They said it was a mistake, is what they said. They said that they didn't mean to do it. They just adjusted the wrong percentage, but they did. It was really cool that did that, and a lot of people were thinking that, well, maybe they're trying to help make up for the 30 seconds.
So
and the same thing with
their healers.
Oh, people were loving it. And it's if you think the extra 30 is too long, why don't you take off 15 seconds? Why go all the way back? You changed it for a reason, right? You said, hey, 30 seconds is too long, so they up it to 330. Why go back to that? If 330 is too long, make it 315. It just seems like they're so rash in some of their decision making.
I mean, there was a lot of big sweeping changes. The time, and you can't even think of all the little ones. I mean, I looked at some of the screens, the interface. It was a pretty big, significant update. And yeah, I was just getting good with the witches. Oh, there we go. That. So now, but I'm back to the Velks. So that's the weird thing, seeing everybody using Velks and knowing that I can do it and nobody's going to yell at me. So I've had a couple failed, 2 really big fails with the Velks lately in L2, because I went in, I had a great plan, and because I was watching Ash's video, and I was like, okay, I'm going to clean off. I got to make sure to funnel. That's the big key with the Velks, is you got to make sure it's a tight funnel. They love clumps. They love the clumps. And I went in and I actually lured the CC, because I thought, you know what, I'm going to take care of the loon, because I thought it might hurt the Velks, and there's going to be a pig dog in there. I don't want the queen to take out, or sit, be stuck in the middle when I don't want her there. So I lured, did a kill squad and everything. And then I started my attack, and things were going all right. I mean, things went a little bit off, but I thought no matter what, if whatever happened, the worst that was going to happen is I was going to get 1 star. This was not a great base. It really was it's really embarrassing when I think about it. But after the pig dog popped, the pups destroyed my Velks, because I had only brought, I didn't know how many Velks to bring on these attacks, and people were doing, different ones. And I had only brought 1 poison, And man, and that happened another time where the pups, and they seem to really outlast that poison now. Like just destroyed my comp. And so that's been kind of the new struggle for me.
Well, I think I know a lot of people too. Problems that I've been seeing people have with the Valks is Valks are just like any other troop. You have to funnel them, and so when you just release them into a core, you've got to look at what the last building in the core or in that compartment is going to go down. Because you might have a jump connecting that compartment, 8 tiles down. But if they finish at the far right side and your jump's at the far left side, they're not going to come all the way back across if there's a building right outside the wall where they are.
They're going to go right next to it.
So that was one thing I saw in the War Whales war that was really impressive. Is the guy was able to do a queen walk that went deep enough. The guy he hit on our side, the base he had, it was kind of like one of those anti-witch Town Hall 10s where the core was like 2 main compartments. And his queen was actually able to take out a chunk of that core. So whenever he released his Valks, they had nowhere to go but straight through the Infernos. Nice. And that's what it came down to was the pathing.
Well,
so if you can just look at where they're going to go, you can path Valks just like any other troop.
Yeah, I've been actually feeling way better about it. Like when I send them in, here's what I haven't felt so great about is the timing with the spells, because
you've got to be quick.
Yeah, like I loved using giants and Valks, like just to do an alien, get in there, cut out the town hall when we were up against the max hero bases in the old L days, when I had like 15 heroes. And so like I had practiced that. I did not realize how awesome so many of them were. And with the change in it, like they cut through things so fast now that they shot through, like I actually used the tome that one time and they shot just halfway through the base. It seemed like it was just like boom, when that rage hit them. Oh, it was just crazy how they sliced and diced.
Well, and that's what a lot of people are doing now. They're not even using freezes on the Infernos. They're just bringing 2 rages just to keep the Valks moving because it's fast enough. The multis can't drop them down, or if it's a single, even better. I mean, I don't know who runs singles in wars anymore, but yeah, they're so fast now.
What year is it?
That's what it comes down to. Yeah, what year is this?
Well, yeah,
and I think we're going to see stuff with the bowler too. I'm interested to see. I do think it needs a tweak, maybe not a buff, but if they could maybe just do a tweak to maybe make that second bounce a little more relevant. I know that somebody said that maybe if they put more damage on the second bounce rather than the first, I think I like that as well. But there's a lot of things they could do with it. But it's just nice to finally have something
new
to play with, something different. For so long, we just had the same stuff.
Well, and also, since the update, it's been... So I didn't gem anything post-update. And so it took a while for my Dark Barracks with the new troops and everything. Now the bowler... So for me to get bowler maxed out... It's going to be another... I just started my bowler, so I think what's it to 3? 2 weeks?
No, it's 200,000.
200,000 DE?
It's 200,000 DE.
What?
Yeah. That's why it's crazy whenever DP had max Valks hogs and bowlers and gobs the day the update dropped.
Oh,
I was like, damn, son. Yeah, it's a lot. I don't know why it's so much.
Well, I don't know if I can get that. Holding on to that much DE, I suppose. Oh man,
You're gonna have to put in some boost sessions. That's the thing. You won't be able to just casually farm. You're going to need to actually sit down and boost. And if you drop down to high masters, low champs, I'm telling you can get that fast. If you're just going for it, you can get it fast.
Well,
you really can.
And I don't have any problem with farming. And for me, I've just I'm farming. Like, I'm getting attacks in all throughout the day, but I could not find the right rhythm for a long time. And now I feel like I'm doing all right with it because I'm using the balloon or the Lunian. And I just put rage, freeze, and just get a couple spells going. Some haste and, poison and a quake, just because usually people want quakes. And then I can come in. I don't even know how long it takes, but it's not a terribly long thing. And I've only had one barrack spend down, so I can only have 50 minions.
Yeah.
So I can go into these raids and there's a lot of abandoned camps, and I'm in not in champ. I kept saying champ last time. But I meant masters. I'm in masters, and I'm finding these dead bases, and I'll just go in and I'm taking DE, but I'm not spending a ton in elixir, and I'm usually taking the 50%, and it just is working. So I'm actually kind of having fun. It's just it's back to a rhythm where it was like it was before December's update for me, because I'd always have the spell factory boosted. And that was fine. But after that, it seemed like I had to, with the new camp set up, it seemed like I had to have other things boosted too. And now with using the Lunian, it feels like the old days in my farming. That's
crazy talk to me.
Really?
If I'm on this game at all, everything's boosted. I don't wait for anything. But I mean, I attack quite a lot.
Well, I used to have just my spell factory because it was like 2 hours, it's like, 10. So I always use all my spells. I like the bigger armies, and I go in. So I just have my spell factory boosted, but you'd always have to wait on spells anyways, because that's the armies I like to run. That was me. So now I don't even wait on spells because I'm like, I don't care about cups. I'm just going to go in and look for the right base and hit it. And I keep going up in cup because I'll get the win. And then somebody will hit me, but I'm ready right now to put my warden down. But I didn't want to do it, before this war. I'm going to do it after this war, 'cause I'll be out of town this weekend. So if I'm not needed, otherwise I'll wake them up. But, I've got my entire treasuries almost filled up, and I've got 7 million elixir sitting there. And I'm just like, well, I got to put him down before the end of this war, because there'll be a lot of elixir to lose.
Yeah, I'm really liking the treasury. I'm digging it.
Well,
it seems like every time I look down, it's full. I'm just like, oh, sweet.
Okay, so this update, they just called the war loot the treasury. Right? Or no, what was...
Yeah. It was your clan castle loot. They called it something different, I believe. I think we're getting it wrong.
Yeah, what was
it? But that...
Yeah. Jesus,
I'm not sure.
That's how quick we got used to some of these changes.
Yeah. If we were to log into the game that was 8 months old, we probably wouldn't even be able to recognize it with as much stuff has changed.
No kidding. Could you imagine, if we would have listened to a podcast now? We're talking about, the treasury and the bowler. It's weird.
Oh,
it's
yeah. But speaking of treasury, we are... I believe this war will be the level 10. We'll finally get level 10. So we do get the donation troop upgrade 2 levels, which is going to be pretty neat. But our treasury storage goes up 50%. That is going to be huge. So right now, it holds 2.8 million in gold. It's going to hold an extra 1.4. So you're going to be able to hold 4.2 million.
Is this compacted
in gold?
Do each of the perks, does it add to build on top?
Wait a minute.
Or is it just 50%?
I wonder. Yeah, because it's already up. What is it, 30%, I think? see.
Yeah, because I was looking at it last night.
It's already up 40%. Okay, so it'll go. Okay, so what it'll do, it'll go from 2.8 to 3 million. That's what it'll do.
And if you look, I was looking at the other perks on the ones before it. I'm like, okay, so at the very end, if you look, and I don't have it right in front of me right now, but it was perk 9 and perk 10. They basically, it seemed like they went together. So it's
because
troop levels, 8 troops.
Well, because like level 10, goes up 2 levels, so that means it's not going to go up 3. Yeah. You're right. So I was about to say, man, being able to hold 4 million gold and 4 million elixir in your CC, that's going to be a lot. Okay, but still, 3 will be nice. I mean,
like I said, I've got like almost 3 million, I think it is, gold in there now. I can't remember. I don't know what it's at. It was of all 3 of them or whatever. And I'm thinking I'm sitting at a decent spot in elixir right now where I could just collect it all, put my warden down, and still be well on my way to the next level. And that's a lot. I mean, that's huge because, during those wars, when you're doing troops or you put something down, it sometimes takes a while to farm up elixir, to enough where you can really build your war armies and without getting something back right away. So that's what I like the storage for, is to hold it for the times I have to upgrade something or research something. So I'm safe for the war days.
I mean, the star bonus, it's small, but it does add up.
Yeah, it does. Because I mean,
it's something.
And then the loot cart.
Well, I think the loot cart's ridiculous. I mean, it's so little. It's just visual. It's just a mind fuck. That's all it is. You're like, oh look, I got some loot back. Another bubble to pop.
Well, you know what? Can they at least? I mean, that really doesn't bother me that bad. But put the loot cart where I can find it. Because I'll be like looking around and I'll go, oh, loot cart, and I'll be like, I wonder how long that has been there.
How long has that been there?
Has this been days? I don't know. So, yeah, I like, but yeah, every little bit counts, and I think it feels like the economy is stabilized in the game. Like,
yeah, I mean, you don't hear loot seems to be more available than ever.
Well, you don't hear anybody complaining about it, I guess.
Oh yeah, months ago, people were freaking out. People were quitting the game because they said, they ruined farming. Farming is dead, and I do believe I said, guys, hang out. It'll get better. It always, after a big update, it always gets bad for a while, and it was like a month where it was really bad. Even I had trouble getting loot, and that's bad. Okay.
Yeah. I just didn't say much. Now, I was starting to get really discouraged. I was like, I'm like, this is where I just was like, my hands are tied here. I'm not going to be, I can't farm this. I can't get anything, So, but it has gotten.
But now it's I mean, we've got a bunch of new Town Hall 10s in the clan, and they're keeping 5 builders busy, like it's not a thing. And then those are big upgrades at Town Hall 10. You're talking 7 million just about for everything.
Yeah, that's.
Well, I mean, hell, with my magma walls, I mean, I've been putting down 2 to 4 a day.
Have you really?
I mean,
what are you boosting?
That's 8.
Are you boosting? Well, you just said you are.
But I boost. I boost everything. Yeah.
Well, how much are you making it?
I run full armies, and I do it. Before I started messing around with the bowler, I evened it out to where everything would get finished at the same time. So I would cook up some dark troops, some elixir troops, dark spells, elixir spells. So even though I was running a full army with them reducing the spell times, that was huge, because I like what I would do is I would cook 2 different armies, one for my heroes and then one without. So I would cook one army for my heroes, so it would be like a queen walk into something. Then the second one would be like a giant whiz type army, and it seemed like I was hitting just about every 15 minutes with a full army. Jesus. And whenever you're farming up in, champs or higher, I would not hit a base unless it was 400, 400, 4,000. And then with the bonus, you're talking an extra 200 of each. So, I mean, extra, you're talking like a million and a half just about 3 times an hour.
Jesus Christ.
I really wondered how it would affect, because usually I would drop lower, but I tried farming up higher, and Rudax keeps tabs on how much everybody farms in the clan, and he does a spreadsheet. And I'm still hanging out number 1. I've been up there for months now.
I got to get it updated. Or I got to
get an
updated
it sucks though,
because I can put it on the website.
Yeah. He said he was going to send you that. But what sucks now is I've capped out my elixir, and I've almost capped out my gold grab. So there's no way to tell. So we'll never know how much I get after this.
You have capped, and it won't go above it, huh?
No, it just stays at 2 billion.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's kind of a bummer.
I feel like I should get some gems. Yeah, I feel like I should get some gems for collecting 2 billion of something.
Yeah, if you max out the number, I mean, at that much, I mean, that's a Jesus. Well, that's kind of a bummer too, because what if they increased it to like 4, and then it just starts? You're going to be. It's not coming.
Yeah, I missed all that.
But didn't that happen when they added some of the counters? I think some of our stuff started, or maybe didn't. Jeez,
I'm not sure. I do want to drop back down and get my Unbreakable. I'm tired of looking at that.
Oh yeah,
thing.
Didn't Rudax do that?
Yeah. Rudax dropped down to bronze and got his Unbreakable in like 3 days. He said it was boring. He didn't get to play because he would basically log on, refill the traps, and then drop cups, and then log off. And he just did that over and over for like 3 days.
So it's 5,000, right? 5,000 defenses.
I believe so.
How many do you think he won a day? We're gonna have to ask him. We're gonna have to have him on and talk to him about the Unbreakable. Because
I know back in the day, Phantom and like Mailman, I know they were doing it, and they were breaking 1,000 a day. So I mean, you can rack them up pretty damn fast.
1,000 defenses? Is that? I think.
Yeah, I think that was the max. Jeez. I think because at first they were doing like 600, 700, but then I think Phantom was the one that did it. He stayed on it, just not. It might have been Mailman, but they stayed on it. Just as soon as they would get up, they would drop down refill traps just over and over. And I think one of them did break 1,000 in one day.
Jeez. Yeah. I kind of remember that story. I remember them doing it, but that was pretty. I wanted to do that too. Do you think it's gonna be hard? Did they have trouble getting down there? I suppose it's just like it was before.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You just once you get so low, you start hitting clouds again, trying to find a base. And now it could be different now because they've changed the matchmaking even more. To where you only find a base of your town hall level. So it could be even harder now. I'm not sure.
How's it been for Riggs post update? Britney Spears is no longer in the realm. Well, she's been resurrected for this war. But reluctantly,
you keep her in the closet most days.
Yeah, I mean, she was not even in a clan. She just was nowhere.
She was just a dirty streetwalker.
Yeah, just too much.
Yep. No, Riggs is flying right along. I still can't believe how easy it is to get loot at Town Hall 8. It is so ridiculously easy. It's not the same game when we were Town Hall 8. I know when I was Town Hall 8 with my main account, if I hit like 200 in a raid, like I was sharing that replay. Like that was big stuff. When I have a free builder with Riggs, I will do a boost session and I will next probably 5 or 6 times and I'll find a base that has full collectors and it's at like 350.
Okay.
And I get it with just barbs and archers. It's crazy.
Town Hall 8.
Well, one more day. More day.
Oh,
he'll be Town Hall 9 in one day.
You're just straight up barching that? Barbs and archers?
What I was doing, I would do 10 giants, 8 breakers, and then the rest goblins and archers. And it's just all collector raids. They're just so easy to find. I did get a little excited today. I realized that I have not gotten my master's gems yet, and I freaked out. I don't know
on
why.
rigs? Like what? You mean you
Yes.
wanted to, or what? You want to go get them, or what?
Oh yeah, I forgot. I noticed I got promoted to gold 1, and I was just like, oh man,
yeah.
damn! I wish I hadn't got that 1,000 gems for masters. And I was like, wait a minute, did I? And I looked in my profile, I hadn't got it yet. And I was like, oh my god, it's 1,000 gems. Thank Jesus.
Yeah, that's
So
nice,
yeah,
isn't it?
I'm gonna run up there and snag those real quick. I might even try to see if I can get a chance with them.
That's the only bad thing about not. I just don't want to have Britney Spears I don't want to have to check in on it, but I do wish that I was able to, that I should do it at least like once a week and just collect all the gems. You know, go through pick up all the trash outside the building, because eventually, you know, like I would need, you know, I need it for war. Maybe I could just gem like certain things.
Well, if you have a mini that you don't really farm on or play on that much, you still want to collect. Like with rigs, I still at least twice a day, like I leave it sitting on the table so I'll see it. And when I get up in the morning, I just log on, collect everything, fix the traps, request CC troops, because you can get a pretty good bit off your collectors.
Yeah, but I just can't do it because I don't want to have
the bubbles.
I don't want to have to log in on. I want to be able to have it on my 2 devices, and I have to switch over and log in.
Oh, okay. See, I have mine on a different device. Yeah,
I used to do that, but I really kind of enjoy playing on my phone a little bit more now.
Well, my phone has been taken over by Royale, so
yeah, I do like to play that on there too. Well, and that's part of the problem, because if I'm playing Royale on my phone, the whole game center thing, I want to be able to play that on my phone, so I don't want to have to switch over to, if I switch out of my game center, then like it is right now, because I had to bring Brittany over. Basically, every time I pull up Royale, it says, "Would you like to start with, you know, Xace or whatever?" And I haven't done it, so that account's there. But I actually have been enjoying playing Clash on my phone more, just with those farm raids and stuff, and I'm more apt to do it with the loons and everything, with the Loonian. If I'm apt to do it anywhere, like at any time, like if I'll just stop, you know, and just get a raid in or whatever. Versus I just would do it on my iPad before.
Yeah.
So I'm digging it.
Yeah, I finally have come over to Royale. I resisted for the longest time, but it's so funny because it's just like Clash of Clans. It's this funny little kiddie game that when you look at it, you think it's just like the cheesiest thing ever. But there's so much strategy involved, and it's crazy. I mean,
it was hard.
There's so much strategy.
And look, I know that there's people out there that are probably like, "Oh God, they're going to start talking about Royale." But you know what? We're probably going to talk a little bit about Royale, and we're going to probably do it like more at the end of the podcast, and you know, kind of wrap up. But it will sneak in a little bit because we're playing that game too, and it's Clash, and the House of Elves. This is what I've said about it, because I know how opposed everybody was to Royale when it was in beta, and there's still a lot of people who are just like, I don't know why, you know, just dead against it. But I was like trying to say, like, this is really, really kind of fun, and the way that L is set up, because we've got everybody in the war, and then we got the House of L and Royale, and so if we're doing war attacks or something, we can also, and we're on TeamSpeak or farming, it's set up really well to do that. So it kind of just adds a really nice dimension, I think, to the game, to both Clash too.
Yeah, it's I don't know if they did this on purpose, but it is the perfect game to play while your troops are cooking. I mean,
yes.
I almost wonder if they sat back in their office and they're like, all right, so we've got a window of about 12 minutes when they're waiting for their army to cook. how can we get them for that 12 minutes too? Like, we want all their time, not just most of it. I mean, it just,
and they put
it makes
it
you
in
wonder
their
what they're
game.
thinking.
They said, that was surprising to me that they put, Clash Royale, in Clash,
Well,
in the Clash
I
game.
can tell you right now, I probably, if it wasn't Clash of Clans characters, I probably would not be playing it.
Oh yeah,
And I know that sounds crazy, but that's really what you already know the characters. So it's like it's just it's a draw. It really is, and it's definitely. I still stand by it is a money sink. I mean it really is hard to not want to drop some dollars and get some cards to get up. I in the beginning I did a little bit. I've stopped myself now. And still, I would recommend if anybody does, instead of buying big chests, just get some gems and just open your little chests. That way you can keep playing and you don't feel like, well, my slots are full, I can't get any more. Because I really think that I got more cards just from spending 18 gems here and there opening silver chests than I did whenever I would go buy a big chest. I really do. And I like it because it gives you more playing time. Because I hate playing when my slots are full. I looked it up, and they do say that you're not going to miss out on any chests if you're playing when it's full. Basically, the queue of chests that you have, it stops until you have room for another slot. And that was my big worry. I was always worried that I was going to miss out. Like, oh, this raid I won, that was my magical, but now I'm not going to get it because I'm full. So they have said that, no, that's not how that happens. So,
well,
that's nice.
This is what I say, like, because I was playing it beta and it was good and I liked it. And
yeah, you've been playing it since day one.
Well, here's the thing with it though. It is such a different game and it's so different. It was because it's great to play like in between like the troop thing, or if you've got like your troops aren't ready or something, or during war day when I'm cooking like the big armies. It makes it fun. And then, and I'm also playing with you guys. But it used to be you had to do gold. You had to pay gold for each match. And so what's nice about it now is you can play that time. But I mean, here's the one thing when you guys started to, everybody ran at the game, just like full force, smash head on, like got really far in the game. And it's really just a casual game. Play as much as you want, but you can't really progress super fast unless you're gem. I mean, it's kind of like, it's just like, just take your time because you can't get to that end game, I think, and after about a week, everybody kind of it's like, oh, wow, that was crazy,
Yeah.
And you guys have only been playing for a week and you're already this stuff, but I like it. And I love the clash aspect of it because like you said, like I know the characters, I'm like, ooh, the minions, I know what they're gonna do, what they're gonna target, the speed, you have a sense of all the troops and that's pretty cool. So,
yeah.
And we might be doing some Royale stuff coming up. I have an idea that I do want to talk to you about after the show. Well, do you want to, let's go back to, what else do we want to say post update with Clash? What else has been, anything that we didn't really talk about that, I've just been like I said, like over in L2. So you just say fits, to get for the password to get in. That's great. It tells people like, okay, you kind of know, or that where you came from. And so you're probably a little bit like-minded. But stop by L2. And I've been warned over then. I'll probably go back after we hit clan level 10 because I'm really pumped about that. Except for then it's like, oh yeah, if I pop back over there, then I don't get to enjoy the perks. But I'll probably war over there a little bit more often and head over to Reloaded too. I just I think it's fun to see these different clans.
Well, it's just different atmospheres
Yeah.
altogether. We're definitely getting more serious in Maine, trying to keep shooting ourselves in the foot, or quit, not shoot ourselves. And I'm not taking anything away from War First. They did an excellent job, but we definitely kind of fumbled at the end there.
Yeah. We should have
So
had it.
and that's what we want. We want the feeling of Maine to be, look, we don't, we're not one of these war clans where, come to find out, most war clans that are really serious, they don't really use TeamSpeak for bullshit. Like, you go to One Hive, you get on their TeamSpeak, it's all business. Like, we're not sitting here till 4 a.m. cracking up talking about something or talking about movies. And we don't want that.
Yeah.
We've always had a good balance of, like, oh yeah, like, yeah, we'll be cracking up having a good time, and then it's like, hey,
Fun and
will you
clan
drop down to
first.
another room?
Yeah.
Yeah, will you drop down to another room and talk out this attack? And you might be down there an hour, maybe even two. So I mean, yes, we do take war seriously, but at the same time, I think the biggest difference with us is war performance is like never a factor of if you're going to be in the clan. It all comes down to activity level. I
Yeah.
don't care how many times you failed an attack. If you're on TeamSpeak talking out attacks and you're taking advice and doing all this, I don't care how many times you fail an attack, because I know you're trying. I just can't stand it when somebody obviously puts in no effort. That's the only time that, anything would ever have to be said. And we've just been really lucky. I think it's because of the podcast that, we've got a great group of guys that when they come into L,
Yeah.
they want to put in some work and have a good time.
Well, and I think when I kind of realized that going over to L2, because we're talking about the different clans and in Reloaded, because I think in L Reloaded, it's a different activity level than there is in L2, and just like in L Main, or House of L, I should just say, like in L2, they're active, but I think it's like I think it's okay. I guess the better way to put it is I think it's an intensity level, because it was nice to not have to be so intense during the wars, because we didn't have so many 11s, and in the bases were more segmented, so it was. So I don't know. I don't want to say it's an easier matchup, but you can coordinate a little bit better or differently, and you're not up against necessarily like max heroes and stuff. So
Yeah.
they're intense, or over there, and they're doing good, but it's not like everybody's on TeamSpeak for 6 hours, because that's really
Yeah.
not the matchups people are getting. We're getting over there, and so it's fun to not be so intense as like all the planning. They sketch and they do all the war planning and stuff, like over group me and stuff, but it's not like some of the wars that are so intense.
Yeah. I don't think they've ever had the 18-hour TeamSpeak sessions
Yeah.
like during the One Hive War. I think I clocked in right about 18 hours on TeamSpeak planning and doing attacks.
Well, it reminds me of, honestly, like being just like in a normal clan makeup, and just everybody in L, we kind of graduated up. People went from 9 to 10, and of course, new 10s and 11s have come in, and but there, one of the co-leaders is he's been the lowest on the war map, and he's at Town Hall 8, and you see this like it reminds me of just like a normal clan makeup. It's not maxed heroes, and it's just like people who are playing the game, and who've been playing for a while, but maybe not forever, and just like to have a good time, and do take war serious. I keep stressing that. I just don't want it to come across like it's not like that. But I can imagine that's what most clans are like, having this wide mix, and it's so nice to kind of be reminded of that and be back in that atmosphere a little bit. It's cool to see.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the reasons why RM84 left, because he just wanted to get back to just playing the game. He didn't want to be the numbers guy and have to put in the work, because he understands that there's responsibilities and stuff that comes with being a co, and he's like, it seems like I don't ever get to just log on and play anymore. And you got to find that balance. I know with me, it's all right to me. I'm just on the damn game so much anyway.
Yeah.
I'm good at multitasking. When we're on TeamSpeak talking, people will be like, damn, I got to quit talking to you on farm. And I'm like, what are you doing? I've been farming the whole time.
I know.
Come on now.
I'm so bad at that too.
You can raid and talk at the same time.
Yeah. Well, that's the same with the clan chat too. It's like I'll be around and I'm sitting there and I'll look over and stuff, but it's like I'm talking and I just forget to like type in there. But yeah, it's fun to it's kind of fun to be number one in a clan. It's weird to be number one in a clan.
Right.
But it's even weirder when my heroes look all right compared to theirs.
Yeah.
Or at least like on number 2 or 3 where you're like, oh, okay, I think I have the upper hand, on this. But,
yeah.
So that's kind of fun to have a few of those.
Have a different change of pace finally.
Yeah, it's cool. Well, and to see what people are doing, like on the bottom of the map, like, are you with regs? Or are you using just hogs still? I'm actually because Brittany's in this war, so I was thinking about what am I going to hit. Have you looked at the war?
Well, yeah. Before the Valks, I was basically at Town Hall 8. I know during the North Remembers War, Crave was talking about one of the most OP attacks there is it's like 41 hogs, 5 wizards, and 3 heals, and you just basically you just pull out the CC, kill it, and send in just like big groups of 8 or 10 hogs to pop the doubles, and you still got enough left over. But I've been playing around with the 4 Quake, 2 heal, and I'll usually use 1 or 2 golems, and you just get those Valks in the core, and I'll bring max hogs in my CC, and I have yet to fail with it. It's just Town Hall 8. It's just hard to defend. Those Valks just stay alive. And sometimes I only bring in like 8 to 10, and I'm bringing my Valks, like level 2s.
Okay, and level 1 with Brittany.
Yeah, I did. I was using level 1. Well, the first day that the Valks hit, so this is before the nerf on the lower levels, when I had level 1, first thing I did was cook up an army camp of nothing but Valks. And I went out and found a max Town Hall 8, and I did the 4 Quake, 2 heals, and it just demolished the base. And I was just like, holy shit. So, they needed the buff that they gave them, or the nerf. But they're really strong at war. Actually, in this war, as soon as we get done here, I'm getting ready to go smash the bottom 2 bases with them.
Yeah, what do you think? Because Brittany's the lower 9. I probably should go and hit the. Where do you think?
Now remember, you're a Town Hall 9, so you got to attack. You can't wait till tomorrow.
No, I'm gonna. That's what I was thinking. Well, that's what I'm wondering. Where do you think, like in this war, hit the 8s? Do we just want them out of the way?
Or do you go? Me and Dirk have actually got all the 8s cleared. I think by the time we get done here, they're all going to be gone. So you could probably hit one of the lower 9s. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I could. Oh, I could hit 33, no problem. I think. I'm just going to say I think. Yeah.
But we don't need to. The listeners, they can't see what we're talking about, right. So we can change the subject.
Well, yeah, I just forgot about. I forgot about the Brittany in the Valks. So because I haven't thought about the 9, but. Well, should we wrap up? We're about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Get our war on.
Yep, let's get our war going.
All right. Trend shout-outs. Any shout-outs?
Yeah, shout out to War Rails and War First for giving us opportunity to war, see some cool stuff. I know we've got a war with the Dark Contingent boys coming up next week. Rusty and his crazy group of crazy fuckers. So that's going to be fun. I'm sure we're going to get the mean game going on that war.
Oh yeah. I'm sure things will be. That'll be one for the books.
That one's going to be fun. Yeah, we'll probably have to do a whole podcast just after that war. Maybe we'll even have them on. Yeah, maybe we can have Rusty on. That'd be fun.
Oh God. No, that'd be fun. Could do a post right at the end of the war. That'd be fun.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Oh, yeah, we might have to do that.
Oh God. Yeah, one for the books.
Yeah.
Other shout outs? Here we go again. Shout out to Maximus and Brackley, new co-leaders in L2.
Congratulations.
And yeah, shout out to L Reloaded. I want to stop by over there too and work with you guys.
Well, if you can get in, they're always full.
I know, they're always full.
I don't even know if I'm going to have my spot when I get back.
Other shout out?
Yeah, I'd actually like to shout out the some of the newer people that we've got in L.
Ooh, yeah.
Really been, some of them been stepping up, and I love to see it. Love to see new guys. It's funny, we had a guy get into L that wasn't really supposed to, and he's doing pretty good, so he's staying. His in-game name is Tyler Durden, and we had a Tyler Durden that was in L for a long time and left. So we thought it was him. When he came back, he gave a generic request, but didn't really. We just thought it was him, so we let him in, and he's a fully max 9. And next thing you know, he's like, "So hey guys, thanks for letting me in." And we're like, "Oh, we realized it wasn't him, but
oh man,
he's been great. He's been great so far."
Well, awesome. So, welcome, man.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
I'll shout out Sleepwalker, who's been, who's been, and I'm just thinking of these as I go along. Over in L2, who's been on the TeamSpeak, and I don't know, how do you pronounce Dacarius?
Dacarius.
And he's been doing the House of L videos, the war recap videos.
Yeah.
Along with
Great job.
When I gotta put his videos up. Or a link to his videos on the site too. That was a good reminder. Other shoutouts?
No, that's it.
All right. Well, get a hold of us, clashclanspodcast at gmail.com, or clashclanspodcast.com. You can see about kind of what's going on, or get some of the updates on when episodes are posted and whatnot. So follow us at WBSMT Radio on Twitter. That's where for broadcast announcements, and yours. I want to say Pop. I want to say Papa Smurf again.
Actually, I finally changed it at Lethal Weapon L.
Oh, you did?
That's my Twitter. Yes, I finally changed it.
Okay, at Lethal Weapon L. Okay.
Yeah, it's Lethal Weapon and then EL.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I sometimes I still pop up. Oh, you know what? Shout out to Spaceman, who popped onto TeamSpeak this weekend. And that was
I heard about that. I was so sad I missed it.
Yeah, it was awesome catching up. It was really cool. And we hadn't talked in a long time. And so he's helping out his nephew's clan and stuff. But it was cool to catch up. And just to see where, like, when he was talking to Lo about the heroes, because Lo's got max heroes now. So it was funny because he's been farming them up too. But yeah, and same note, he is farming Crystal, and you know how he hated Crystal. So
yep, the different game now.
Yeah, it is
totally different.
Very different game. All right. Well, at Lethal Weapon L, you can follow me at Scotty827. I really haven't been active on it. Probably won't be much for a while, till life slows down. So, all right. Well, keep it clashy, everybody.
Yep. All right. Keep it clashy.
beep beep.